Hi!
Hello.
Welcome to our video. We've been getting a lot of requests from you guys, just asking about what college is like and what you can expect from it. And we are all in our second year of college, so we've experienced a lot, some good, some bad. So we're just here to kind of tell you our experience and let you know what you can expect.
This is what you can expect.
Eating frosting with a fork. Okay, so let's just start with our Queen Hag. Queen Hag, what, if someone asked you what can I expect coming to college, what would you say?
Okay, so backstory first. We were roommates on the dorms, randomly paired up. That's how we met. So obviously we're really close now, and that can happen to you. The other people we were paired up with, we don't talk to, and that will happen to you. So I would just, first of all, not necessarily expect to find a million friends, because honestly, you're studying, you're trying to live your life and survive on your own for probably the first time. So it's not all partying. It can be, and that's great. I'm a law student, so it's not party for me. So yeah, I would don't get down if you don't have a million friends.
Yeah, I think that's something I was kind of shocked about is you see in the movies everyone's friends and they have all kinds of people to hang out with, and we had a lot of people to hang out with, but I wouldn't call them friends.
Yeah, it's weird. When you take a bunch of random kids and then put them all in an apartment together, you're gonna be friends, but they're not necessarily the people you'd be friends with in normal life.
Yeah.
So it can make things interesting.
Yeah. So our experience, we lived in an apartment style dorm. It was honors dorms here at our university. And we had 5 girls sharing an apartment together. That includes us. And it was a co-ed dorm. So we had guys living across the hall from us and all throughout our building. So we essentially lived with both guys and girls. You know, we were pretty close with the guys across the hall, for better or for worse. And,
For worse.
and they were in our apartment all the time. They definitely all saw me without makeup and a bra and pants,
Yep.
naked.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens.
Get comfortable being nude.
Yeah. She had her own room. I was in a triple, which means there's 3 girls in my room. And that was definitely interesting. It was an interesting thing to navigate.
How so?
Well, we had one girl so there were 3 of us. One of them was in state, so she lived close by. And then me and the other girl came from out of state. And the one that was in state, she had a boyfriend, so he was always in our room. And that was really hard when you wanted to study or sleep or get dressed. Just kind of be like, can you get out?
Also, her sleeping hours were weird.
Yeah, that was hard too. She would never come home because she really didn't like us. So it would always be 4 a.m. She'd turn on the light and go to bed. And it was come on now. It's a school night. So that was rough. She also liked to smoke pot a lot, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But it is against the university rules. And because we shared a room, we all 3 would have gotten in big trouble and possibly kicked out if she was ever caught. So be considerate and don't smoke pot in a shared room if your other roommates aren't okay with it.
So true. Yeah, I had my own room, but I shared a bathroom with one of our choice friends. And this girl was on a keto diet, and she could not poop to save her life. She tried so hard every day, and she would go in there and take a little book and some headphones and her little phone, and she'd take all her stuff in there and camp out on the toilet for 2 hours trying to get a turd out of her butt. And she couldn't. And when she finally did, it stank. And it was gross. So, prepare, I guess, to just I don't know, I kind of worked it out with them as hey, if this person is pooping for an excessive amount of time, can I just use your bathroom? So get close with your other homies in case you end up in a situation like that. But we had some issues with where we deposit our pubic hair. We had lots of really uncomfortable problems, but y'all asked, so I just wanted to let you know the kind of things you should potentially be prepared for, so you're not shocked. You can just be like, oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Disclaimer, I've never heard worse, like, dorm stories than ours. Like, there's been some bad ones, but, like, I feel like this is a little abnormal.
Yeah, it's definitely not all bad. I lived in an all-girls dorm my freshman year, which initially sounded like a lot of drama, but actually was so nice and so chill. Everybody was clean and quiet and really respectful. Granted, we didn't like have as much like crazy parties, so if you're into that, maybe don't. But I roomed with one of my best friends. We're still friends, and yeah, it was a good time overall.
Yeah, I think having guys in our dorm made it a little weird. Like, there were 4 guys living in the apartment across from us, and there were 3 gay guys and a straight guy. So it was a weird dynamic from the beginning. Like, one of the guys had a boyfriend at one point, and they were really into BDSM. And, like, one time we came into their apartment, and said person's boyfriend was like bound and gagged and blindfolded, completely naked on his bed with the door open, and he had been there the entire day, and this was like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we just walked in and we were like, all right.
Yeah.
So
That was interesting.
you'll see all kinds of sexually awakening things.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we were in the honors dorms though, so we had an awful lot of weirdos.
Yeah.
Somehow our hallway was just.
We got some whack ones, yeah. But yeah, I think overall, like, it teaches you a lot of good things. Like, we all definitely learned how to work with difficult people and how to solve problems. And I don't think it's all bad. And, like, it's a really nice transition from living with your parents to totally being on your own. Because now, you know, like, we all live together, and, like, we know how to work through things and how to stay clean within the other person's definition of cleanliness. You know, it's just you kind of learn how to figure out how to just be with people, and that's a skill that that'll take you far for the rest of your life. So anything else, any other tips you guys have? We had one of the best purchases we made, I think, was we got a door stopper for our apartment, which was really awesome because, like, for the first few weeks of school, we just propped our apartment door open, and people just came in and, like, talked to us, and that was a really easy way to make friends.
Yeah.
So even though the people were kind of weird, like, we got to know them pretty fast, and we were pretty open to them. So.
Yeah, because in the dorms, people are it's a social thing too, so it's common that you leave your door open and people come in. At least that was our experience, that, like, everyone in our building left their door open all day, every day, for the most part, unless they weren't there. So I would get a doorstop because it makes that easier.
Yeah, I would also say befriend your RA if you can. For those you don't know, RA is like resident assistant,
Resident advisor.
Yeah.
Advisor. And they are the ones who are there if you have problems. So pretty early on in the semester, in the year, last year, we befriended our RA, and he was really close to us, and we actually had an incident later on in the semester where someone touched me inappropriately at a thing, and he lived in our building, and, you know, we already had a relationship with our RA, so it was much easier to go to him about that kind of thing so it could be addressed rather than you know, having to go to a total stranger and tell them a kind of awkward story. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, and just have fun, look forward to it. Great
Yeah.
things can happen. I met her, and I guess not in the dorms or through college, but I see her all the time on campus. So
Campus life is fun, yeah, and, like, even if your college doesn't require you to live on campus your first year, if you can do it, I would recommend that, because it's, like, I came from out of state, so I didn't know anyone here at all, so it was a really good starting point for me to just have some friends from day one, because, like, I wouldn't have known where to live otherwise, and, like, you know, it's a fairly regulated environment for living with strangers, so they have things in place in the dorms to kind of, you know, like if your roommate isn't doing what they should, they can kind of control that a little bit, which is nice.
Yep, so good luck and have fun.
Have fun.
Bye. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.